indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Indivisible. Do you ever have nightmares?
It kind of does feel like loaded energy.
They didn't burn witches in New England. They hung them in the gallows. They pressed them in the gallows, and they were drowned in ponds and lakes.
Okay, so I have really crazy dreams, like
really bad nightmares.
not even, but still, there's some sort of.
They pressed them with stones. And they drowned them. In ponds and lakes. Do you ever have nightmares?
These things, it kind of does feel like loaded energy.
They pressed them with stones. And they drowned them. In ponds and lakes.
Everything that was like the emergency vehicles and the sound of the towers going down was so big that it was drowning out anything that I could have heard beyond my immediate.
I feel very connected with being American, and despite all the problems and everything we face here.
So I went to law school because I wanted to defend civil rights.
And so he was assassinated. I never thought that America was this great, wonderful country.
Fight for civil rights.
And since then, I swear to you, I have not really had any crazy dreams. But when the postal notice falls, then I'll have a crazy dream.
Really bad nightmares.
Still going out and saying I disagree with this and showing that publicly, but it felt so. You know what? I don't agree with that. Like, that's bullshit. And he was like, "Fuck you."
But now I'm embarrassed by it. I'm embarrassed.
20 years later, like that war that we got into for vengeance, like it made no difference.
Land-based thing is real, and I'm excited to go because I've been to the reservation in Oklahoma. But going to where they came from, and they were forcibly moved.
I spent some time in Chile when in 1965.
Now, toxic masculinity, and we're gonna just fucking eradicate you. We're gonna go and get it, and we don't give a fuck about what's happening to people who live there,
Indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
One nation, under God.
Indivisible.
The protest is like someone's gonna get fucking killed tomorrow.
No justice, no peace, no liberty.
Indivisible.
No justice, no justice, no justice, no
Like
peace.
someone's gonna get fucking killed
No
tomorrow.
liberty, no justice. No justice, no peace.
I think it was more about assimilation than anything else. So
Is a witch. Chrisanne Nelson is a witch. She is a witch.
Park, and there was cinders, like burned paper, scraps burned paper that was floating through the air. That was really surreal.
Sometimes I think the nightmares are real. What if I can't wake up? What if I can't wake up? Jane Walford is a witch. Chrisanne Nelson.
Because the United States wanted United States boats to carry things from Chile to other countries, and Chile wanted to use their own boats.
What if I can't wake up? Kelly Costello.
Conveniently forget our own history. Conveniently forget our own history. Conveniently forget our own history.
Helen was a witch.
everything's long gone. I would say centuries gone. Excited to go where they were for thousands of years. where they were for thousands of years. They assimilated with everybody else.
Grandma May spoke Finnish when in elementary school they forced her to learn English.
In what is now the Northeast United States, they didn't burn witches. They hung them in the gallows. They pressed them with stones. And they drowned
Crazy dream. Honestly, do not enter my dream.
You're like living in a movie. You know, you're like an extra in a movie.
I don't want to dream. I don't want to go into the metaphysical. I don't want to commune with some of these awful people in my sex dreams.
Mary Staples is a witch. Linnea Nelson is a witch.
Yeah, so I feel like I can't think about 9/11 without thinking about like how much the way that the United States government and people responded to that costs us $1 trillion times more.
Anna Harvey is a witch. Zinnia Johnson is a witch.
In 1965, this is a long time ago, but it was very well known there that the CIA had the elected president of Chile assassinated.
Have to look it in the eye and like acknowledge that did happen. They did live here like way back, like 1700s.
Mary Harvey is a witch. Leanne Nelson.
I'm definitely interested in my family history. I'm very involved in DAR and like my Irish immigrant ancestors.
You know, I was walking through the park and there was like cinders. You know, like burned scraps of burned paper that was floating through the air. That was really surreal.
Leanne Nelson.
Yeah, because I feel like there are holes in my memory too that I'm not even aware of.
Sarah Wild.
You know, like how did I? Yeah, because I feel like there are holes in my memory too that I'm. Yeah, because I feel like there are holes in my memory too that I'm not even.
Leanne Nelson.
Have to look it in the eye and like acknowledge that did happen.
Sarah Wild.
After 2001, George Bush was president. We want to keep protesting, and you're literally trying to silence us by stopping us in our tracks.
Beatrice Nelson.
Then, while I was standing there, then the second World Trade Center came down.
They're all witches.
I was aware of the atrocities that were happening, that we were part of. Of course, then that just was like started a whole new era of atrocities.
She is a witch.
Around slavery and other atrocities.
They hung them in the gallows. They pressed them with stones. And they were drowned. Ponds and lakes. They didn't burn witches in England.
Like burned scraps of burned paper that was floating through the air. Really conveniently forgetting our own history.
Sometimes I think the nightmares are real. What if I can't wake up?
Or conveniently forgetting our own history.
But still, I mean, there's some sort of tending to the land.
What if I can't wake up?
Just things that it kind of does feel like loaded energy.
Or conveniently forgetting our own history.
What if I can't wake up?
Just things that it kind of does feel like loaded energy.
What if I can't wake up?
Just things that it kind of does feel like loaded energy.
What if I can't wake up?